Hello everyone, I'm Mark Daniel Patrick. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Let's get right into some comment reactions from last week's video, which was That Would Be Enough from Hamilton. If you haven't seen that video, I'll throw that up top. Go check that one out as well. Our first comment comes to us from Samantha, who says, Philippa's voice sounds like a violin. And you know, I think I just kept saying in the video that her voice swells so beautifully. And yeah, that's actually a great comparison. It sounds like a lead violin in an orchestra. It's just that perfect and beautiful. So it's a small thing, I know, but Samantha, thank you. I just had to highlight that comment. Thank you so much. Our next comment comes to us from Panda Haz. I rarely disagree with you, Mark, but in this case, I do a little bit. Since Lin doesn't have the strongest vocal and is well aware of it, what he can do is put emotion into his voice. Rather than aiming for a clean tone with emotion portrayed in his expressions and body like the others, he instead extends his vocal to become an acting tool, something I think is very clever and he does very successfully. Well, first of all, yeah, thank you for the comment, and you weren't the only one. There's a lot of people who came to Lin's defense in that last video as well, and that's perfect. That I want to hear from these people, so this is exactly the point in the discussions I want to be having. I will say for me, if it's believable for some people, if it's translating for some people, that's great, then he's doing his job. For me, I just don't buy it. I just don't believe it. And my only defense to that is, you see every emotional moment he has in the show, he falls on that same tactic. So you can be depressed, angry, upset, sad, whatever you are, you're not going to have the exact same reaction to all of those things happening at different points in your life, or in this case, at different points in the show. I just find every time it gets to this is an emotional, subtle moment for me, I'm going to default to this reaction. Because he does it in various other places in the show, including It's Quiet Uptown, which isn't genuine to me. It's just so set up and planned that that's how it comes across on screen for me. If it's working for other people, honestly, like I've said before, there are so many beautiful moments he has in this show. Those are just the only things where it falls a little flat for me. It's reading and working for other people, so who cares what I have to say? So if it's working for you and getting you more involved in his character, that's great. Love him for it and appreciate him for it. For me, I'm just going to keep pulling on those strings, trying to get something more out of it, something a little bit deeper for me that makes it a little bit more believable. But thank you for that comment. I truly appreciate it. Do keep them coming. Today we're looking at a couple of numbers that kind of let our leads just relax and have a little fun. As Lin said himself, these two numbers are like when your college friends get to party with your hometown friends. Now, this number is a little bit on the shorter side, so of course I had to include the first reprise as well. This is the story of tonight.
Well, last round, gentlemen.
I may not live to see our glory.
I may not live to see our glory,
but I will gladly join the fight.
but I will gladly join the fight.
And when our children tell our story,
And when our children tell our story,
they'll tell the story of tonight.
let's have another round tonight. Let's have another round tonight.
Let's have another.
So good. Okay, and just quickly, Oak again with that voice, how he changes so much when he takes on Madison in the second act. I know someone has commented on that before. It's so true that that voice he's able to establish in this first character, in the first act, is just so, he's really good.
Round tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of tonight.
We'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away.
No matter what they tell you.
Let's have another round tonight. Raise a glass to the four of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us,
Telling the story of tonight.
let's have another round tonight.
Let's tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom.
They'll tell the story of tonight. Tell the story.
I love that high harmony. It's so good. So obviously we'll go into the reprise as well. Once the ensemble starts to come in with them, the four of them do a great job. But once that ensemble starts to come in and they had that high harmony at the end, oh, it's just a beautiful harmony there. He's written there. Okay, so a couple of things I'll say. Obviously, raise a glass to freedom. The most important line maybe in this entire show, not just in this number. And what I love there is I love Hamilton coming to the front of the stage there during that short little number, because this whole thing is a little bit of, the men talking about how they've joined the revolution, and they're a little bit naive in the fact that they can flippantly say they're ready to die for this fight. But are they really? It's kind of a sentiment or a statement that gets thrown away a lot, saying, "Oh, I would die for that. I'm so behind that I would die for it." It's something that gets thrown around flippantly. Where for Hamilton, you can see him at the front of the stage here, where he truly is kind of lost in his own moment because he truly feels like this is maybe something he could really die for. A little foreshadowing, maybe, as that of course is Hamilton's last line of the show, is him saying, "Raise a glass to freedom," before he effectively or essentially does decide to die for his cause. So that moment he has at the front of the stage kind of to himself there is really indicative of him, of Hamilton being one of the ones who, when he says that, he truly means it. He truly means he would be able to, to sacrifice his own life for his legacy, for the legacy of the country, and for this fight. So let's take a look at the reprise.
I may not live to see our glory.
I may not live to see our glory.
But I've seen wonders great and small.
I've seen wonders great and small.
'Cause if the Tomcat can get married,
If Alexander can get married,
there's hope for our rest after all.
Raise a glass to freedom.
hey, something you will never see again. No matter what she tells you,
Let's have another round
There's a
tonight.
glass to the four of us.
oh, to the newly not poor of us.
We'll tell the story of tonight.
Let's have another round.
Well, if it isn't Aaron Burr,
Sir,
I didn't think that you would make it.
to be sure. I came to say congratulations.
Spit a verse, Burr.
I see the whole gang is here. You are the worst, bud.
Okay, I'll stop right here. But David is just it's not just his performance in What Did I Miss. It's really him throughout the entire show. Has these one-liners that just kind of really steals the show in a way. He's just he's so damn good. One thing I will mention is that Tomcat line really stands out. How they call him a Tomcat. Famously, George Washington's wife famously, referred to Hamilton as a Tomcat because of his promiscuous nature. So I love that they throw that dig in there as well. And then, of course, the comment of the not so poor of us, obviously, because he's now married into the Schuler family, which is, known as a little bit more well off than Hamilton ever was.
For them, congrats to you, Lieutenant Colonel. I wish I had your command instead of manning George's journal.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Now be sensible. From what I hear, you've made yourself indispensable. Well,
I heard you got a special someone on the side, Burr.
Is that so?
What are you trying to hide, Burr?
I should go.
No, these guys should go. Leave us alone, man. It's all right, Burr. I wish you'd brought this girl with you tonight, Burr.
You're very kind, but I'm afraid it's unlawful, sir.
What do you mean?
She's married.
I see.
She's married to a British officer.
Oh, shit.
Congrats again, Alexander. Smile more. See you on the other side of the war.
I will never understand it. If you love this woman, go get her. What are you waiting for?
See you on the other side of the war.
I'll see you on the other side of the war.
Theodosia writes me a letter every day.
Okay, I can't let. Anyways,
In a bed warm while her husband.
I love that setup to that song, and really, we need to do a video on Wait For It again. I just love that opening so much. I love also the I love how Anthony Ramos comes over and kind of not only mocks Burr, but kind of mocks Leslie as well. Like gets into that deep resonating voice, and kind of mocks the way he likes to, you know, sing through his phrases, which is really quite smart. That whole little setup is so important. That whole little dialogue, it's only 30 seconds long between Hamilton and Burr, but it's so important not only to set up this song, which, you know, Burr now goes into talking about his worldviews and his philosophy on life. But the dialogue is so important to sort of set up the tension between our two characters here, where it's, you know, I'm going to look at life this way, and now we're going to find out how Burr perceives his, you know, his status and the way he looks at life in a totally different way. But God, we need to do Wait For It again. I know. It's just such a good number. That's all the time we have for this video. Please leave me a comment of what you thought below. Hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Mark Daniel Patrick, and thanks so much for watching.